Hey everyone, it's Michael GoosebumpsFan, and today I'm going to be doing a book haul video once again for Goosebumps. I have, let's see, we got 5 books here for this week for the haul. Of course, I'm starting to wrap up getting everything. I'm slowly getting all the books. I think I've finished officially the Give Yourself Goosebumps book series. Not finished reading them, mind you, but finished collecting them. I'm pretty sure I got them all. I didn't realize that last week, but I'm pretty confident now that I have all those books. So that's done. We have all the original Classic 62, we have all the Series 2000, except for some of the books like The Haunted Car, the original print of that. I have a copy of the newer print, the reissue from a year or two ago. I have that, but I don't have the original print, and I don't have the original print of the Attack of the Graveyard Ghouls. I kind of plan on getting them just for the sake of collecting, though. That's not the point. I've got those 2 series. I've got the Trilogy. That's done being collected, which was really quick, but still... pretty much got everything. I think I have all the Most Wanted books, almost. I have a couple of those left. Yeah, something like that. Almost have all the comics, you know, what's been produced of those. But even so, I've almost wrapped up everything. I'm slowly working on the HorrorLand series, trying to get those together now. I got another book today from the HorrorLand series. I bought a bunch today with my paycheck that is supposed to be coming up. And, yeah, I'm really excited about all this stuff. I'm having a great time collecting these, and I'm very thankful and blessed that I get to have these things in general. God has blessed me so much. I just wanted to thank Him for that first, even though I think God can care less about Goosebumps, but still, I'm very blessed to be able to live in America and be able to have access to these things in general. But, yeah, 5 books this week, guys. Let's get into talking about these. Again, first up, I have a ton of HorrorLand stuff. That's pretty much all that came this week except for one particular book. I'll show that to you in a moment. But yeah, like I said last week, I think I'm going to start getting closer now to start ordering not reissues, but original printings of certain things. Like, for example, if I have just a modern copy of, for example, my copy, the only copy I own of Night of the Living Dummy 3 is the first reissue they did in like 2005 or so when I was a kid. I don't have the original print that's like a green and beige color cover. I might try to invest in getting that and the original Night of the Living Dummy 2 book. I now have the original Night of the Living Dummy 1 book cover, so that's pretty cool. But I also want to have a separate copy of some of these books that are my favorites, like a lot of the Slappy books, just that I can take those out in public and read those and not have to ruin the ones that people gave me or that I have collected right now or are kind of fragile or anything like that. So I'm trying to get my hands on certain books as a second copy just to have for a collection to take out in public and read, or just so that I can use that copy up a whole lot and don't have to be so protective with it. It wouldn't be with any rare books, mind you, but it would be with things that I love to death that are easier and common to find. So I think I'm going to start slowly, in the next couple of weeks, moving over to that and ordering some, I guess, secondary copies of stuff like that. One of the big ones I want to get, certainly, is Goosebumps Live on Stage, Screams in the Night. I really like that book. It was a really fun book. It's like $15 a piece now, so it's getting a little pricey up there, so yeah. Anyway, the first book for this week is Goosebumps HorrorLand number 12, The Streets of Panic Park. I can't tell you how pissed off I was when I read book number 11, Escape from Horrorland, and realized that that little chapter, that 30 or 40 page of chapters, at the end of every single one of these HorrorLand books, I didn't realize at the time when I read Escape from Horrorland, but all of them built up into Escape from Horrorland, and then Escape from Horrorland was an entire book based around continuing what happened there. I guess this is the finale of that, even though it's not the last book in the HorrorLand series. I believe, from what I understand, that at one point the HorrorLand books just stopped doing all this other HorrorLand adventure stuff, like what most of the books were doing for the most part. Because I think they ended up extending the contract on that, making it a longer series. I could be wrong about that, we'll find out one of these days, but I believe Streets of Panic Park is the last one for that particular era. I could be wrong, but I think it is. I know it's directly sequeled to Escape from Horrorland, so I want to know what happens with that. I might try to read the other books that come way before this, before I ever get close to this, because I really want to get, you know, in order and read the books in order, because that seems to be more what they're going for with this. Even though I don't like the chronological order thing with Goosebumps, it doesn't work. That's why I like the original series, because each book stood alone by itself. It didn't matter what order you read those in. And it still doesn't in most of these, but Streets of Panic Park, it has Slappy here on the cover. My boy, on some flaming horses there. So I would really like to see what they're going to do with Slappy in this. It could be good. It could be really good. Maybe. I don't know, I'm curious. What did you guys think about the book if you have read it already? The next book is Goosebumps HorrorLand #9, Welcome to Camp Slither. And this copy, I'm so mad, dude. I ordered every single one of these books now, brand new from Amazon, and this thing has been totally smashed up. It's the only book in the box that came like this, so this tells me that it came like this from the warehouse, that this was done in the warehouse and they just threw it in the box with all the other books that I bought that are in good condition. It makes me so mad when Amazon does some crap like that. Like, look at this. It's physically bent up. The front cover's bent. Everything in the middle is basically bent. The back is like slouched at a weird angle. I don't think you guys can see that, but it is... God. And then like the spine, right? Look at this like little scratch, like cut right there in the actual book. What is this? Like, this should have been refunded. I paid like $7 for this. Like, are you kidding me? You know, Amazon just does not have standards. It's why I go to things like thrift books and buy their books. But they put stickers on the spine, and that bothers me too. But with Goosebumps, you have to kind of just take what you can get. You know, books like this, I've never seen this book. As HorrorLand only came out in like 2008 or 9, somewhere in there. You would think 10 years later, since you're still seeing a lot of HorrorLand books and a lot of Most Wanted books and stuff like that at the stores like Barnes & Noble, you would assume that you would still see this, but you don't. So there's things like this, I'm like, I'm just going to have to take it. I'm just going to have to take it and hope that it's good, you know, and worth the money. But I'm still mad, dude. Brand new, $7, and Amazon sends me this crap. Just destroyed like that. I was livid. Because like I said, every book in the box was fine, except for that book. The next book here is a Most Wanted book. It's Goosebumps Most Wanted #6, Creature Teacher, The Final Exam. I haven't read the first Creature Teacher book from the Series 2000 era, I believe is what it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Series 2000. This is the sequel to that. I'm assuming it's like most I cannot talk. I'm assuming that it's not like most Goosebumps books, and it's not a direct sequel to the original. It just happens to have the same monster, maybe the same setup. That's what I assume. But yeah, this is the second Creature Teacher book, and I've never read that first one. I wonder what these are like. I heard from somebody that comments on some of my videos that I think it was the first book or the second book. It was one of the two that are kind of like a summertime book. So maybe by the time next summer comes around, God willing, if I'm still alive, I'll try to read them and do reviews here on the channel for them. I'm trying to think even right now, like I have some ideas for stuff I want to do during November, and then some stuff I want to do during December with different R.L. Stine and Christmas horror type book things. I'm having a really hard time trying to figure out what I want to read next year in like January and February and all of that. The wedding comes up in April next year for me, so I'm still trying to figure out what to plan out, what to start 2020 with if I make it to 2020. I'm still trying to figure out what do I start reading and reviewing then? You know, so it's a long time off before I'd ever have to read these if they happen to be a summertime type book. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. There's a lot of Goosebumps summer books. I've reviewed most of them here on my channel. But yeah, it's gonna be a little crazy. Book number 4 that I got this week is Goosebumps HorrorLand #7, My Friends Call Me Monster. Again, kind of a random filler book. I don't know if this will be good or not. It might be. I have hopes for it. I mean, I haven't read a whole lot of the HorrorLand series, and what I have read hasn't been amazingly impressive. Some of them have been, like Creep from the Deep is probably my favorite Deep Trouble book. Revenge of the Living Dummy I really love. I think it's a really, really good slappy book. At least the first 100 pages before you get to the HorrorLand stuff. That stuff's pretty good, but the HorrorLand segment I really, really love. I mean, the regular 100 pages of the book I think are really, really good with the whole best friend, I think it was Molly is her name, having a dad who collects a lot of creepy, weird stuff in his attic museum thing. That was a really cool twist for like a slappy book, so I dug that. Monster Blood for Breakfast was really rough, you know? And then I recently read Scream of the Haunted Mask. That was pretty solid for the most part. HorrorLand feels like it doesn't feel like R.L. Stine in some respects. I think in some respects it feels like somebody else wrote it, and maybe they did. I don't know. I'm not gonna accuse him of anything. I'm just saying HorrorLand doesn't feel as special to me as most Goosebumps series do, like the Most Wanted series, which had things like Frankenstein's dog, and it started off the whole thing with Goosebumps Wanted the Haunted Mask. You have some really great Most Wanted books. Zombie Halloween, which is really good. The Haunter is mostly okay. You have some really good stuff in there. And some of these things feel more Goosebumpsy than the HorrorLand series, in my opinion. It's just not my favorite. I'd be surprised if somebody said out of all the Goosebumps books they had read, that for whatever reason, the HorrorLand era was their favorite. I'd be really surprised by that. If that happens to be you, no offense to you, I'd just love to hear your thoughts down below on why that is. The last book I got for this week's haul is one that I'm looking very forward to because I'm such a fan of this topic and this monster in particular. Nobody else is, it's just me. I love this because of the Universal Monster movies. This is Goosebumps HorrorLand number 6, Who's Your Mummy? I love mummy stuff. I cannot wait to read the mummy books for the first time. You have like the original like Tomb of the Mummy, and I think Return of the Mummy is the next one for Goosebumps, and then I think it's like The Mummy Walks, and then you have this, and now there's the newest one that's like The Dummy Meets the Mummy from Slappy World. I love Goosebumps mummy stuff. I cannot wait to read all of this stuff and talk about it because I'm a big mummy fan. When it comes to like the Universal movies, like I said, I don't know what it is. I just like the mummy. He's just cool. I just like the design, you know? So I'm hoping that this will be good. I'm hoping this book in particular will be good. I don't know anymore with Goosebumps. It can be so widely ranged on how good or relatively rough or just okay in the dead middle things can be. It's a little crazy. Most books are usually pretty solid for me when it comes to Goosebumps. I usually don't rate many things below 3 out of 5 stars. But yeah, I'm really hoping Who's Your Mummy is going to be good. With a weird title like that, I'm curious, but we'll see. Anyway, that's the 5 books that I got on the book haul this week, guys. Put your thoughts and comments down in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about all these books. Don't spoil anything for me. I haven't read any one of these books. I don't want to know a single thing. So please be cautious. Don't ruin anything for anybody. That's pretty much it. Halloween's going to be here so quick, by the way, guys. I just talked about it in my ranking video for the Haunted Mask book series. Hopefully you'll check that out as well. I uploaded that before I uploaded this. So yeah, it'll be a good weekend. You have some good content to watch, I think, at least for me, if you like my kind of videos. But anyway, thank you for watching. Happy Halloween, guys. Thank you for sticking around with the channel and watching all these videos so much. I appreciate that tremendously. I could not express that enough to you. Thank you for watching. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you guys today, and have a happy weekend this weekend. And goodbye.